Vigilante and Dondria. How did you guys like that? You guys can find that song on all streaming platforms, and they just released the music video on YouTube, and they can find it on YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube and Vivo.
Yes. Tell us about the making behind the video.
I'll tell you the action.
What was the original vision you guys have for it?
So what? There's a television station downtown in Lithonia called TST Network. So TST Network, I've been going there for like 4 years, and they have a beautiful stage of strobe lights and all types of smoke machines and all of that. And I told them, I don't want to use y'all stage for that's how we do it. But when I come back, I'm gonna come back so big that y'all gonna have to. I'm gonna blow the stage up. So we filmed our first scene with on that stage, and the second scene was the 360 spin cam that you see everybody doing. I wanted to save mine for a special occasion. I see everybody on Instagram doing it for no reason, celebrating nothing. So I wanted to go ahead and make it count. So my back-to-back partner was Dondria when we did our spin cam. So we put those two together. I gave it to a new editor that I had just found. He didn't do too good of a job at keeping the quality where it was supposed to be. So I put the thing out, and I got a good reception from 50% of my fans and a non-good from the other 50. And then when I reached back out to Dondria's team, they were not happy about that video.
What's the plan after that? Do we just accept it, or?
Well, what happened was I said, you know what? I'm on a whole new plateau now. I can't come back to music the same way that I left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hire Dondria's cameraman, and that's what I did. And I'm gonna shoot at the most exquisite place that I can think of in front of a waterfall with doves in the background and make a storyline for it and just elevate the way that I knew that I was supposed to do. And I got my blue check on Instagram like a week before that.
Yeah, I see it.
So I said, ain't no going back from this
blue
point.
check gang.
And just like what she said earlier about spending that pretty penny, I said I got to do it. So I went ahead and I did it, and it turned out phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, and yes, we loved the video. And I'm glad you're open about the flaws that you had to get through to even get to a perfect video, because a lot of people don't talk about it. We see what we see, thinking that's just how it was, or really like they had to scrap that plan and move on to another one.
Yeah, which is okay. Like for any independent artist, you really, no matter what like industry you're in, you're not gonna get it perfect every time, and it's all about the growth. It's all about the journey. And sometimes you are going to have to scrap some stuff, you know, and you got to kind of like, you know, check yourself, be honest with yourself, and just move forward and strive for greatness. Like, it's a thing. It happens all the time.
Exactly. And Dondria, did you write the hook to Fly Away, or was that something you guys worked on together?
I think you had it written already, and I just came in and gave it the sauce. You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing I love about it is I feel like that what I'm saying in the song is what she would say if she was a rapper. And the way that she's singing it is the way that I pictured the person singing it. So, like a perfect collaboration.
Yes, and I also had to ask you, what is it about Dondria before, because you told me the story before we went on air about how you got into the DMs, which I'm sure wasn't easy for you to do.
No, it was email.
Let me say, he was like super professional. Like,
guys, this is what you gotta do, okay?
Cause some people be hitting you up like, yo, how much for a hook block? Because you're gonna come correct, and he was extremely professional. Like, I just was blown away by, how he presented, what he wanted to present. That's really what opened the door and made me want to listen to the music. And then, of course, when I heard Fly Away, I was like, oh, this is the one. But he came, like, correct. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I'm for the people to give them a little insight on how I came.
Yeah, the subject line, okay? Because I'm tired of you guys emailing me with that empty subject line. Stop that.
What I did was I emailed her a couple of tracks, and then I introduced myself and gave her a small bio of like who I am. So I wasn't coming like just anonymous. And then I also said, this is what I would like to do. I want to shoot the music video. I want to do a photo shoot for the cover. I want to do 2 shows together. I want to do a couple radio interviews together. I want to, just stuff like that.
Doing all the right things.
I gave her the whole rollout before we even did the song. We in this era that we in right now, people just doing features for free, and they're not doing no type of rollout. So they're getting 4 views on YouTube and moving on to the next song, and then it's just, we don't work like that. So I kind of figured that it would be a good reception to that. So it actually came down to her and Tiffany Evans, the girl who made Promise Ring. And Dondria was just so much more personable It was like a big sister, little brother thing.
I can see
Immediately.
that. I'm even getting that energy right now sitting next to you guys. And I'm sure when you guys work together on a song, you know, it's kind of like a marriage in a sense where you have to really understand each other and learn from each other. Mm-hmm. Now, Dondria and Vigilante, what are some things you guys learned from each other making this song and working on this project together?
You know, I think that I was really just impressed with how serious, you know, he took himself and his talent, his work, and just the whole process. I was really impressed with that, and you know, it just kind of like encourages you and inspires you that you're either doing the right thing and in the right place, or to just you know, keep going and like trust yourself. You know, I really appreciated how he believed in, you know, his work, and he knew that it was you know, that I don't know. Like,
I hear what you're saying.
And I know that's a lot here from Dondria, but what did you learn from her? Because she's been in this industry for a long time, and she's already been signed, and she's been there, done that. So what have you learned from her experience, or even just stories she's shared with you?
That you can remain a sweetheart.
That's one thing I really want to point out, Dondria. Like, that's one thing. Just even like sitting next to you right now, I see you, and it's just like you just come off so humble, and like the spirit is still there, and I can just tell you're a very pure person. I can only imagine all the things that you've experienced, you've seen, and you heard.
Child.
She's getting stressed
It
right now.
has been a journey, okay? I think the thing that's like kept me humble and grateful, and like I never like forgot my you know, where I came from and my foundation and stuff is God, really, because it was sometimes I could have easily been that girl, you know, that I don't know, got jumped on some drug or like became an alcoholic, or like I could have if I let a lot of that stuff, you know, get to me, but I chose to deal with it by just like, you know, praying, journaling, you know, just like staying to myself and really trying to like find myself. So I think that's what helped me to not get tainted, because it can do it to you.
I can agree. And Vigilante, what are some of the things that she's told you and that you already think about right now, like, dang, I already see myself experiencing that?
As far as like what she just said?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like the music industry at all. I made that very clear to her. And
I'm glad you guys are being so blunt on it.
Because I'm grown and she's grown, and the music industry is a popularity contest.
It's not about the music no more.
It's not at all, and I'm not about that. I got my blue check not because I'm popular, but because that's an extra stream of income. Now I can give people rollouts for the rest of my career. So I like the acting because you get that bag, you do your work, it's on the highest level of professionalism, and then you move on to the next project. In music, everything is just so scattered. We've been doing hip hop since '79, coming from the Bronx, and there's still no structure in 2021. I don't like that, so I don't like always being around.
We're having a real conversation about the hip-hop industry. And if you're an up-and-coming artist too, I really hope you're listening right now, because it's not everything that you think, but at the end of the day, it's all about the music and just staying positive and keep it going. Now we're going to get into another music break, and up-and-coming, we have some more conversation about Fly Away. We're going to close it out with some, you know, maybe some drops of social media. So I'll see you guys when we come back. Once again, it's Tracy Mitchell, VA, on Hip Hop 95. Y'all so real. I'm loving this.
Listen, I mean, I guess for me, like, I've always had somebody, like, either on my team or in my circle that has pushed me to, you know, market myself every other type of way except for what's authentic to who I am. And then I just decided, like, I'm going to market myself as a human being.
Hey, baby. Why is it so hard, right? That should be the common thing.
Like, the people that are listening, they're human beings. They have feelings. They make mistakes. They're not perfect. They hurt people. They get hurt. And so do I. So I'm gonna do what I want. And you could, I don't care if it's not marketable. If today I got this wig with this bang on. Tomorrow I might cut my hair off. You know, like, I'm going to be a human being. That's what I'm gonna do.
That. And what moment was that, though? Was that recently, or was that once everything started?
Probably over the last couple of years. So like once like you're the one And like my album, once it started to like lose a little bit of its momentum, because you know people be on to the next. That's the moment where I was like, oh shoot, like who am I? What if they don't like me anymore? You know, I had to like go through those emotions and you know figure out what my actual purpose was. No, Dondria, why are you here? Like your one song is not your entire life, you know. So once I started to figure that out, I don't know, I just started like going on this spiritual journey and like and knowing that like music is just the vehicle. Like it's not
who you are.
It's not who I am, and it's not like what I'm actually here to do. Like anybody can sing a song. There's so many artists out here that are talented, not talented, you know, that are creating hits and all kinds of stuff. Like that part doesn't really make you special. You know, it's actually like who you are and what your legacy is, what you leave behind when you're gone. So I just be working on that, and it's working. So
what do you feel is like the biggest pull from just everything that you've been through from So Death, from the first album?
I would say me trusting myself. Like, you know, you're good, your spirit man, your intuition, Holy Spirit, you know, everybody call it different things, but it's right. And a lot of times I listen to everybody else except for that. And so now that's what I trust, you know, and it's unpopular sometimes. You know, I get into my business partner sometimes and whoever else is like, you know, helping me, but I realize that it's the only thing that's gonna win and be successful is what's truly authentic to me. If I'm doing any type of acting or putting on or any type of gimmick or anything that's inauthentic, it may catch for a second, but it's not gonna last. And that's even how I got discovered and got to where I was in the first place, by being myself on YouTube, eating pizza, forgetting words. What's up, y'all? Talking 2 minutes before I even sing a note. Like, that's what got me.
Are we on the air?
No, we're not right.
I was like,
No, the song is playing.
okay, just turn all the way down. Okay, but no, I did see that you got discovered from YouTube. And what year was that?
07.
She was the first.
This is when YouTube just started.
When I told you that she was a legend, I wasn't playing.
I was the first black girl. The first black girl to get
It was her
discovered.
and
That's what's
Soulja Boy
up.
got discovered first.
That's what's up.
But oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm just getting so excited right now because a lot of people, you know what I'm about to say? People are making a whole career on YouTube and they're doing it on their own. But that's how you. It's kind of like you did it
backwards. And it was not cool. I'm telling y'all, it was not cool back then. Like, back then, oh my God. But it wasn't. Like, JD, he took me to so many labels, and it was like, you found on the internet. Okay. Like, it was not a thing. And so it's really, really interesting to see the shift, because everybody making bank off of it now. Yeah.
Let's get into that. What's going on, guys? It's Tracy Mitchell, VA, here on Hip Hop 95. I'm with Vigilante and the beautiful Dondria. So while we were on break, we just had a conversation. I hope you heard that fly away too. Make sure you hit that on all streaming platforms. But while we're on break, we're having a conversation about how Vigilante got his start and how Dondria got her start. So just hearing Dondria's story about how she got discovered on YouTube, how does that make you feel today? Because she did the opposite route, you know, she got discovered on YouTube, she got signed, and now she's independent, and she's just doing things on her own. How does that make you feel, just being an artist and trying to get heard right now?
Well, to be honest, I've always looked at it like even if I was on a label, I would still kind of be an independent artist, so to speak, because I was still...
If they let you, though.
I would never be in a situation like that, to be honest. I'm kind of like a more level-headed Kanye. What she said before is not a lie at all, as far as when I do something, it's what I want to do. So if I'm with a label, they're going to already understand that I move like that before I sign. And they're going to sign me because of that. Kind of like how they let 50 Cent do whatever he want to do. Same thing. So these labels don't go to the radio stations for you and don't do this for you and don't do that for you. They do a select thing for you. So you're moving as an independent entity within an entity. So it's either going to be all you or some of you and some of them. That's always how I looked at it.
it makes you often question, like, what is the perfect route as an artist? What do
Yeah.
you, how can you answer that? What is the perfect route?
Subjective per person. And
Yeah.
then the one thing I've learned is that certain things catch and certain things don't. Certain people have, I'm not gonna say luck or freak accident. I'm gonna just say like certain things are timing based, and then certain things are out of timing. It just depends.
What is y'all's advice right now for artists that are actually singing like how Dondria was on YouTube, getting in front of that camera and just, being real regular at the crib? What is your advice to them if they have dreams of being signed to a label?
Do not despise small beginnings, because whoever your top inspiration is, who you look up to, who you idolize, they started somewhere. We're only seeing, the fruits of their labor. So, and a lot of them, it took them a while. It took a lot of them 10 years to get to where, they are, and to attain the success and the money and all the accolades and stuff. So like, don't despise small beginnings and just trust yourself. Like, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't be selling your soul for this stuff, because the only way to like truly sustain yourself, and I'm really big on mental health and self-care and stuff like that.
Very loud these days.
Man, if you do choose those routes, you'll get that stuff, but that mental will be so off and so crazy, like you won't even enjoy it, you won't even be happy. So just take your time, do it exactly how you want to do it, and trust that timing is like always right.
And I'm sure sometimes just that the beginning route, I'm sure when you make it big, I know a lot of people just look back and be like, damn, I miss those days when I was just chilling eating pizza doing videos in front of you.
Sometimes, because then it was like, that's just what I was doing. There was no strategy.
Overthinking it.
I was just like, what's up, y'all? Today I'm eating Pizza Hut. I got pepperoni and jalapeno.
I was sick.
Like it was. I was chilling, and so now that it's a career, you do have to be a little bit more strategic and plan things out and be more intentional. But if you do it your way, it doesn't have to be a stressful thing. You can still enjoy it and have fun and like being yourself and just doing it the way you want to.
Yes, I love that. I love that. So to wrap up this beautiful conversation, I have a question for you, Vigilante. Why so many radio interviews and publications?
Oh, because I feel like every entertainer finds like a lane that works for them. When I started doing interviews, my Instagram took off. People loved my music already, and they loved like the freestyles and stuff like that, but everybody else was doing freestyles, and YouTube was already popping. But people weren't recording their interviews and putting them on Instagram, because Instagram had just allowed videos. So I was one of the first people to start doing that, and then my stuff took off. And then Ply started getting in front of the camera and started talking. Took off. What's his name? Mano, sitting in front of the camera talking.
It's that personality, it's that authenticity. People really want to see.
P. Diddy in front of the camera took off. And then so all of our pages kind of like at the exact same time. So, and then I want to be known as that at the end of my career, where people be like, I want to go in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most interviews.
Interesting. I've never heard that.
Okay.
Somebody having that as a goal. Dondria, do you like interviews? Be honest.
You know what? I like them now. I feel like before, it was more like work, but I also like didn't know who I was. I was just kind of going because they said you got to interview today at this time, talk about this. These are your talking points, But now, being independent, like I just have so much more to say. I've lived like way more life. I have had so many experiences that have brought me to this place, and so now it's a platform to like share
the knowledge.
Yeah.
Share the knowledge. Okay, so one last question. How do you guys currently feel about your career paths right now? Give us the real. Let's go.
Why do you want me to go first?
I mean, I can go.
You have a legendary single too.
Absolutely.
Just like, let's just reflect on everything.
I mean, I am in a place of gratitude.
Amen.
I think that everything that has happened, whether I enjoyed it or not, happened for a reason, and it's taught me things, and it's grown me. It's tested my integrity. It's tested, it's taught me how to manage money. It's like so many areas of my life I've grown. I call the music industry like my college experience. I did go to school majoring in music education. I didn't finish. I didn't get my degree. So finishing college was like me jumping into this thing, and learning everything all at once while learning about like myself and who I was as a young woman. So I'm in a place of gratitude. I'm in like, this is probably the best, I don't know, time and season, you know, of my life. So I'm really excited for everything that's coming.
I can see that too. I'm sure a lot is coming. Now, Vigilante, go ahead and reflect on your career so far. How you feeling about everything?
I'm so happy. I was born in Flint, raised in Benton Harbor, so we all know from the news coverage about Flint. So I'm just grateful that I didn't join any gangs, I didn't fall victim to drugs, I didn't have a kid early, I still have no kids. Like, every statistic that was supposed to happen did not happen. So I ended up buying my dream car, I'm about to buy my first penthouse. I'm just ecstatic. I got a song with a legend. I have a million view
That's real.
acting thing on my Vivo channel. Now it's time for me to put 1 million up with a song. So I don't see myself having too many more bad days ever in my life.
That's real. You guys have so much to be happy about too. Not only did you guys release a song and a video, but your song is about to be heard on so many other different platforms. And congratulations to y'all. I love the song.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being here. Once again, guys, it's Tracy Mitchell. This was the Tracy Mitchell Show, another real, relevant, and resonant conversation here on Hip Hop 95. I'll see you guys on Monday.